Are you still thinking about moving to Tampa? Has it still been one of those goals on your list and you're just hoping and praying that in 2023 you can make it a reality? Well, before you do that, you need to watch this video and I'm going to tell you a few things you need to know before you move to the Tampa area. So let's get after it right now. Hey, future Floridians. I'm Emily. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Florida, and I live in the Tampa St. Pete area. And this channel is dedicated to all things living, working, playing, sleeping, eating, and especially the real estate market here in Central Florida. So if that resonates with you, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this content. That helps me out a lot. And if you're looking to relocate or move to the Tampa St. Pete area, I'm your girl, but I can't help you if you don't reach out to me. So all of my links are below. You can email me, you can text me, you can jump on my calendar for a 30-minute consultation and we can get a conversation going. I've been helping lots of people this year to find their forever home in Tampa, and it's been such a joy. This has been one of the best years of my life utilizing YouTube with real estate. So if that appeals to you, you need to reach out to me so I can help you as well. And as always, I love the comments. Don't forget to leave me a comment below. I will do my best to get back to you. And if you have any suggestions, I take those as well. So today, I really wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like to live in Tampa, Florida. And as we know, the world is ever changing and fastly changing, but there are some things that stay really consistent in Tampa. And so I'm just gonna kind of give you the 15 things that I think you need to know when moving to Tampa. Number one, don't forget, there is no state income tax here. And I don't know about you, but that helps my bottom line a lot. So that is a plus, I really feel, especially when we get to number two, which is property taxes. You've been probably hearing a lot on the news lately about our property taxes and our flood insurance. And by the way, that's number three. So like I mentioned, number one, no state income tax. Number two, property insurance. And number three, flood insurance. These are very big reasons to make a pause when you're thinking of moving here. One of which is a positive thing is no state income tax. That helps balance some things out. Number two is that property insurance is higher than the national average right now in Florida. Ian did not help us out. We've had a couple of other little baby hurricanes that haven't helped that as well. Flood insurance. As we start looking at property and we write a contract, we are immediately looking at what that is going to cost you if you're in a flood zone. And it's really hard to kind of not be in a flood zone because all the popular areas are in a flood zone. But I think people have this idea that if you're in a flood zone, you're definitely going to flood. It is not like that. There is the potential to flood. It has more to do with the elevation of the house, the structure itself, and has it had any issues in the past? So there's a lot of factors that go into being in a flood zone. So don't let a flood zone deter you from a house. We're a family-friendly town. I think over the years, we have really been growing in leaps and bounds. And because for a long time, the cost of living has been so low here, it's been really great to have all these new people moving to town and the families moving to town, and our city is really buzzing right now. And so you see a lot of diversity in ages, but mainly if you're looking to find a really nice place to raise some kids, Tampa should be high on your list. It's really great. It was great for me. Number five, the traffic. The drivers. You guys, seriously, I really don't know what's going on. Like, the more people that move here, the traffic is the traffic, right? That's always going to happen as a city is growing and we don't have necessarily the infrastructure to really support the traffic during high peak hours. But normally the traffic is very normal and there's ways to get around it. But the bad drivers is a serious problem here. I've witnessed, every day I witness somebody doing something illegally, like literally if there's a turn lane to the left to cross over the other ongoing traffic to get into like a shopping center and it's just a one-lane turn. I've seen people coming out of that shopping center going the opposite direction, going into that lane that's not the correct way. It's a one-way. So If you're someone that gets road rage, like I used to get,
I just have so much road rage.
I had to get really zen when I drive now. So keep that in mind. It is going to increase your car insurance. Car insurance here is really high because we have terrible, terrible drivers. And a good portion of them do not have insurance. It's a fact. Well, Tampa's becoming the next tech hub, supposedly. We've got like 50 plus software and IT companies bringing their headquarters here to Tampa. Who doesn't want to live and work here with water view? And also, there's a lot of tax breaks that I think the companies get as well. But we're really trying to bring more tech here as we can, because that's where the world is right now. It's really, if you're not a little tech hub, you're really missing the boat. So that's exciting to see Tampa's really kind of coming up into the times. Really fun. Number 7, the weather. We got to talk about the weather. Yes, we have hurricane parties here. Once you've lived through one hurricane and you go, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Fort Myers is another story. We got really lucky with Ian, but a lot of people will have parties. I know my building, we evacuated for Ian, but my neighbors were telling us afterwards that one of the buildings lost power. So everybody in that building came over to our building and they were all having a party and getting drunk. You do what you got to do. Don't forget, Tampa is also the lightning capital of the U.S. So when you start to hear that thunder and lightning, you got to get shelter. You do not want to stay in a body of water or be anywhere near a body of water. Keep that in mind. It'll pass, but you just need to get away. We do not want you to get electrocuted, but it happens frequently. And last but not least, for girls, another reason why I'm wearing a hat today, it's humid in almost December and my hair is frizzy. Frizzy hair, it happens. You got to get used to having a dewy face, and most of the time you're going to be, drenched. It's just the way it is. 98% of the time, 95% of the time, you're going to be in humid weather. Think about that. Number 8, best beaches in the country living and freshwater springs. So what does all that mean? Well, obviously, we've got some of the best beaches in the nation, by far. Siesta Key, probably my absolute favorite. But there are a lot of favorites. So you've got your pick, and they're sprinkled all throughout. So you can be in an area and decide to go to the beach and go north and be at the beach. Same thing. Country living. Well, if you head east from Tampa proper, you're gonna be hitting cow country. So if you like land or you love to drive that area and go to those little farms where you can pick berries and there's farmers markets and that sort of thing, we have that here. You can actually have a piece of land that butts up against a nice lake or river. That's an option as well. And our freshwater springs. I don't think we talk about that enough. My boyfriend and I really love to kayak, as I've mentioned. We have a boat, so we take the boat out in the bay, but we also take our kayaks to these freshwater springs that are a dive for. In like maybe 6 inches of water, and you just float, and there's usually a lot of wildlife around, and if you get lucky, you see a couple of manatees, but that's always fun. So there's water and country life for all. Number 9. We've got a lot of pro teams here. So we have 4 major pro teams here in Tampa, if you didn't know it and you live under a rock. We've got, of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. We've got the Lightning hockey. We've got the Rays baseball, and we've got the Rowdies soccer. We have, if you love sports, we have it here. We have a lot of fun events around the sporting events, which is even better. So if you can't get into a game, usually there's some tailgating going on outside of the game, especially like I've mentioned before, Thunder Alley over by the Amalie Arena where the Lightning play. You can usually sit outside and watch the game on the Jumbotron. Super fun. And number 10, it's not that pretty. I mean, the beaches are pretty, but when you're in Tampa proper, it's not so pretty around here. We're still really a mom and pop little town, growing by leaps and bounds. And I think that's why we've stayed casual. And I really hope we don't lose sort of that small town feel. It's getting a little crowded, I'll be honest, and there is a little bit less of people kind of talking to each other in the grocery store or at the gas station like it used to be. But, I personally think that's a personal preference. I still like to talk to people. I will always say hi. And if somebody opens and holds a door for me, I always say thank you. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm sitting at a restaurant by myself, somebody will start talking to me. So there are still really friendly people, but some of the people that have been moving here, not so friendly. Watch yourself. We're watching you.
Always watching.
Number 11. So this is hard because I don't have children and I can't really guide you when it comes to schools. But what I hear is that our charter schools are really good. So we have public schools, we have charter schools, and we have private schools. If you are looking at an area of town and you're searching those school districts to see, the ratings of the school and you don't like the ratings, check out the charter schools. That seems to be where everybody goes if they don't necessarily want to go the private school route, and they have a lot of success. So think about that. But I think our schools are starting to shift a little, especially with so many people moving here, but they're not great in a lot of areas. But in some areas, they are. So do your research. And number 12, let's hear it for our senior citizens. Well, 55 to me is not a senior citizen, but 55 and over communities are where it's at. Lots of amazing amenities, beautiful curb appeal in some of these houses, and you pay a nominal fee and they take care of your lawn and they take care of all these things. And a lot of times they have event coordinators. There is so much to do in these communities that my boyfriend's younger than me and I'm pushing 50. And he's like, when you turn 55, can we move to a 55 and over community? He wants the golf cart. He wants all the activities. He wants to pickleball, all the things. So we really have amazing 55 and over communities. Don't let that scare you. It is not assisted living. We're not talking about old folks' homes. We are talking about mature adult communities with lots of activities. And a lot of times they have like resort type amenities and a feel, and they've got golf courses and beautiful pools. So you can tell that I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
And number 13, we are an outdoorsy city, and you probably learned that from us during COVID when everybody was locked inside and we were outside. So it does have that ability, luckily that we have a lot of outdoor events, open air restaurants. You can be in these open spaces and not be on top of each other. And besides COVID, it has been really wonderful to be in a town where, hey, weather is beautiful 95% of the time. So if you want to be outside, you can be. And you kind of feel guilty if you're not outside because it's so beautiful. The only time we stay inside is if it's raining or there's a hurricane. And that's the truth. I'm not going to lie. And number 14, super important to a lot of people. If you like water activities, water life, you like to boat, you like to fish, kayak, you can jet ski, you can water ski, you can do those aqua bikes. In most of our areas, like downtown Tampa, especially by the convention center, you can pick up a water taxi, you can rent a boat, you can rent those aqua bikes. There's always kayak places everywhere. You can rent boats. There's a company called Freedom Boat Club, so you don't even have to own a boat. For a large down payment, basically a couple grand, you can be part of this club. And then I think there's a monthly fee, and then you basically book your boat whenever you want to go out, and all you're responsible for is the gas. It's quite nice. So if that's your cup of tea and you want some water life, come to Tampa. We've got it in spades. And last but not least, number 15. It's a vibe, yo. We are so chill here. Everybody's super chill, laid back. That hustle and bustle that I was used to in LA, all this stuff, not here. So great. You can be a very busy, active, working person and have that work-life balance, going out at night, going to the breweries, or going off in your boat, or going fishing on the weekends, or going kayaking, or just strolling around and checking out the festivals. We are super casual. There's a bit of a dress code, and it's very easy. For girls, tank tops, shorts, flip-flops. For men, t-shirts, shorts, flip-flops. You got it. When everybody comes to visit, and they're like, what should we wear? Shirts, tank tops, shorts, flip-flops, and a sundress. That's basically it. I live in sundresses, and I live in this. It's basically hats. We live in hats. The sun is really hot here, obviously, and it beats down on you, so you're always going to want to have some sort of face covering so you don't blind yourself. And SPF. So I know that's not really part of the casual vibe. That's just a pro tip. SPF clothing, SPF hats, SPF. Our sun is really, really hot and damaging. But Again, you can be at the beaches and go have some seafood, and you can pull up in your bikini with a cover up and tank top, flip-flops, and still have sand on your feet and have a meal. I don't know many other places you can be that casual and still get service. So again, if that's your bag, come on down. We'd love to have you. So that does it. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but this was really just supposed to be my top 15 things you must know before living in Tampa. And so I hope that helped you out a little bit. And I'm curious, do you currently live in Tampa, or have you visited Tampa? What are some of the things that, I missed on my list? Put them here and let's talk about it. And as always, if you like this content, I'd really appreciate if you'd hit that thumbs up for me. That really helps me out a lot. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That helps me out too. And as always, I'm here to help you. If you're looking to relocate and you don't know where to begin, let's get a conversation going. Hit me up down in the comments. You can either comment, you can text me, call me, you can get on my calendar for 30 minutes. That's usually the best way to go. That way we can talk, we can build some rapport, and I can help you with your plans. So until next time, everybody, I really appreciate you checking this out, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.